This conference will now be recorded.
హలో
హలో మేడం, ఒక్క నిమిషం 1 minute మేడం, స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నా. స్క్రీన్ ఓకే మేడం, స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను మేడం. ఓకే, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. Today I will discuss the pulse and digital circuits for the revision class. So today I will be discuss most probably the 2 units or 3 units, depends on the time requirement. So first will be pulse and digital circuits is very important one for an electronic student, because in the electronic components generally are using diodes, so transistors, FETs, amplifiers or rectifiers or oscillators, some other applications. This pulse and digital circuits is very important subject. And not only this pulse and digital circuits will be important, other subjects also, like linear IC applications, VLSI and television engineering and DSP. And next one, this subject will be divided into, so total will be 6 units in the according to JNU Kakinada curriculum. So first 3 units will be, first unit is linear wave shaping, and second unit is non-linear wave shaping, and third unit is switching characteristics and so bistable multivibrators. This is the first 3 units. And fourth unit is multivibrators, monostable and astable multivibrators, fourth unit, and fifth unit is time-based generators. And last unit is, sixth unit is sampling gates and logic gates. This is the overall syllabus of the JNU curriculum. So for the second year, second semesters. In the first unit, so what are the main circuits you are using here is RC circuits. So here you are using either high pass RC circuit or low pass RC circuits. So why you are using RC circuits, I will explain. And similarly RLC circuit also you are using. So these circuits you are applying for the different inputs. So what are the different inputs will be see. And next one, unit 2. So this is a nonlinear wave shaping. You are concentrating on the nonlinear elements and linear elements. So nonlinear elements means generally are considering is the diodes or transistors, and passive elements are RLC. This combination you are using. So nonlinear circuits. Now will be clipping and clamping circuits will be studied in the second unit. And third unit is mainly will be diode switching times and transistor switching times will be studied. And similarly, second part of third unit is bistable multivibrator. What is the multivibrator and what are the different types of multivibrators? Then after that, so bistable multivibrator, what are the different types will be studied in the third unit. And fourth unit you will be studying is again monostable and astable multivibrators. And fifth unit will be time-based generators, and sixth will be logic gates and sampling gates. And these are the some of the applications we mentioned here. Clipping circuits where you are using, that is a sine to square wave conversion. Similarly, clampers where you are using television receivers or staircase waveforms. Similarly, time-based generators also many other applications, CRO and television and radar applications also. And coming to the our syllabus in the first 3 units, today will be discussed. So first of all, what is meant by the electrical network? So electrical network is nothing but a combination of different electrical elements. What are the electrical elements will be considered here is either passive elements or RLC, or otherwise any sources, and similarly any transistors. So circuit will be closed condition. This will be divided into two parts. One is the linear network, second one is a non-linear network. So what is meant by linear network? So linear network is nothing but this network or this circuit will be made by the passive elements. What are the passive elements you are considering? This is RLC. So any circuit or network will be formed by these three elements RLC. So then after you are applying for different inputs. That means different inputs means generally you are considering here will be sinusoidal input, step input, pulse input, square wave, and ramp and exponential. These waveforms, so applying to the linear circuit, then what will happen? So what is meant by the linearity? So here will be linearity property is nothing but superposition theorem principle. What is meant by superposition theorem principle? So superposition theorem principle is nothing but, so additive property and homogeneity property has to satisfy. Generally, I'm considering here y equal to mx equation. We know that linear equation. Here will be voltage proportional to current. So we know that Ohm's law equal to V equal to IR. Similarly, here V equal to proportional to I. So according to this one, input and output will be how to variation. So with respect to linearly, will be studied in the linear network or linear wave shaping in the first unit. Second one is nonlinear wave shaping circuits. Nothing but here we are using passive elements with the RLC. In addition, one nonlinear device. Generally, in nonlinear device, our subject will be considering is electronics will be diodes and transistors. So by using diodes and transistor and passive elements will form as one circuit. That circuit is nothing but nonlinear circuit. So this nonlinear circuit, so you are applying sinusoidal input, then find out the output waveform is a non-sinusoidal waveform. This will comes in the later details. So this one, so linear network, whenever you are applying sinusoidal input, what will happen? So linear network will be combination of passive elements RLC. Now you are applying sinusoidal waveform, output also will be sinusoidal waveform. But what is the modifications will be their input and output? So here will be input waveform shape will be preserved. That means waveform shape will be similar input and output. But only important changes will be amplitude will be changes because of attenuation of the components resistors. Similarly, some maybe phase shift will be occur in between input and output depending on the linear network combination of elements. This is the sinusoidal input, wave shape will be preserved, no change in the linear network. But what will be changed in the linear network is, you have to see here, non-sinusoidal signals. So what are the non-sinusoidal inputs we are using in our subject is step input, pulse input, square wave input, ramp waveform, exponential. So these non-sinusoidal waveforms applying to the linear network, then output waveform shape is not same as input one. That means output waveform shape will be changes. So now what is the definition of linear wave shaping? The process whereby the form of a non-sinusoidal signal is altered by transmission through a linear network is called linear wave shaping. That means non-sinusoidal signals will be transmitting through linear network, then output waveform shape will be changes. Similarly, this is required for the second unit. Nonlinear networking means nonlinear wave shaping. Here input will be given, generally will be sinusoidal input will be given. Then this circuit will be manufactured or will be circuit will be considered the elements is RLC and diode or UJT or BJT, whatever the components, nonlinear components also. So here will be passive components will be the linear components RLC, simultaneously nonlinear component either diode or BJT likewise. These components will be included. Then this circuit output will be considering is not sinusoidal waveform. This simple example, we know that you are applying half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier. You are applying input waveform is sinusoidal waveform, output waveform will be changes. So likewise, this is one of the example. Now come to the first unit. So what is the first unit syllabus is? So low pass and high pass RC circuits. And now these circuits are applying for different inputs. So what are the different inputs will be considered here? So sinusoidal, step, pulse, square, ramp, exponential. So these 6 inputs you are applying to the RC circuit, either low pass or high pass RC circuit. Then what is the responses? What is the output waveforms and mathematical equations? You will be observed it. Then after, how it will be high pass RC circuit act as a differentiator. Similarly, low pass RC circuit act as a integrator. Then after, what is the attenuators? So attenuator is nothing but simply amplitude strength will be reducing. So how it will be reducing? What is the requirement and what are the applications of CRO probe or attenuators you are using in the CRO probe? And similarly, this RC circuit you are using low pass and high pass. Similarly, you can use it RL circuit also will be either low pass or high pass. But practically, you are using RC circuit only compared to the RL circuits. Why will be seen the discuss in the later. And similarly, ringing circuit. Similarly, RLC parallel and series circuit also. Last one is ringing circuit. These are the 3 topics will be covered in the today class. So later on, you have to see the problems. Now I'm going to the what is the linearity, linear elements. You know that linear elements is nothing but resistor and RLC, resistor and inductor and capacitor. So these elements circuit will be obey the superposition theorem principle. Already I told that superposition principle is nothing but additive property and homogeneity. Simply addition property. 2 signals will be addition. Combined, what is the output response? Similarly, individual input signal you are applying, what is the output summation? Similarly, homogeneity means you are considering scaling property. And these 2 combinations is nothing but superposition principle. This will be how to obey this one. And similarly, VA characteristics is nothing but linear. V is proportional to I. These are the linear elements. And next one, what is the linear wave shaping definition? The process whereby the form of non-sinusoidal signal is altered, transmission through a linear network is called as linear wave shaping. And linear network is made up by the linear elements, resistor and capacitor. These are the linear elements because current passing through these elements will be passing to the proportional to the applied voltage. And here will be important one. Already I told that sinusoidal signal applying to the linear network, then output waveform shape also will be same sinusoidal waveform. Only amplitude response will be amplitude magnitude will be reduced and phase shift will be changes. But you are applying non-sinusoidal signals, then input and output waveform will be differ. This is the major definition of linear wave shaping is nothing but concentrating on non-sinusoidal signals. Output waveform shape will be changes. Now here, what are the linear wave shaping circuits you are considering in the first unit is, so RC high pass circuit and low pass circuit. Similarly, RL circuits low pass and high pass, and RLC series and parallel circuit. These are the circuits will be considered. And now here we know that sinusoidal signal. What is the x-axis will be considering time and y-axis will be considering amplitude. How it will represent sinusoidal waveform, we know that. And but we are using here non-sinusoidal signals. What are the non-sinusoidal signals here will be mentioned here? Step input, pulse input, square wave, ramp, and exponential. So this is a graphical representation. What is the step input? So generally step input means whenever t less than 0, that means negative values of time. So input voltage value or voltage magnitude value will be 0. Whenever the positive values t greater than or equal to 0, input value suddenly changes to V volts. That is step voltage here. I mentioned equations also. VA equal to 0 for t less than 0. That means negative values of time. Whenever input voltage will be VA equal to V volts, constant volts for t greater than 0. And next one, similarly, pulse input. So this pulse input means it will lies between some interval. Here will be time interval 0 to TP interval. This pulse having some magnitude V volts. Above TP, so this magnitude value will be 0. Similarly, square waveform. So generally we know that square waveform is nothing but either asymmetrical square waveform or symmetrical square waveform. So what is the difference between asymmetrical or symmetrical? So generally I observe here T1 and T2. So T1 interval is nothing but positive peak interval constant. Similar T2 is nothing but negative peak interval. So T1 and T2 will be both are equal, that equal to T by 2. So what is the capital T? Period of the square waveform. So whenever we T1 equal to T2 equal to T by 2, that is a symmetrical square waveform. Otherwise, T1 is not equal to T2, that is asymmetrical square waveform. The next one, ramp input. So ramp input, we know that mathematical equation VA of t equal to alpha t. So where alpha is nothing but slope of this equation. Here we'll be considering ramp waveform for positive values of time t greater than equal to 0. And similarly, exponential waveform. So exponential waveform, what is the mathematical equation? So capital V into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. This is the exponential equation. So finally reaching to maximum value, that is the V volts. This exponential equation. These are the non-sinusoidal waveforms applying to the linear circuit elements. What are the linear circuit? First one I'm going to say low pass RC circuit. So why it will be this name will becomes low pass RC circuit. So low pass RC circuit means it will be transmitting only low frequency signals. So what is the low frequency? How much frequency band will be transmitted? That frequency will be depends upon the, here will be lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequencies. Generally low pass filter bandwidth. So bandwidth is nothing but upper cutoff frequency minus lower cutoff frequency. Here will be low pass filter, lower cutoff frequency f1 equal to 0. But you have to find out the f2 value, upper cutoff frequency. This f2 equal to 1 by 2 pi r will comes. That means suppose example I'm taking f2 equal to 10 kilohertz. That means this RC circuit input signal frequencies from 0 to 10 kilohertz, whatever signal will be there, that signal will be transmitted less attenuation or without attenuation. So whenever you will be transmitting greater than 10 kilohertz frequency signal, then the signal will be attenuated, output waveform will be distorted. So that is a low frequency signals will be transmitted. How can say that low frequency signals will be transmitted? So everybody knows that here will be capacitor connected in the shunt connection and resistor is connected in between series of the input voltage and output voltage, series connection resistor, and shunt connection is capacitor. Now we know that capacitor reactance equal to x equal to 1 by j omega c, and omega is nothing but angular frequency, and that omega can be written as 1 by 2 pi f. That means 2 pi f omega. Now this equation of the reactance X equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. So here I mentioned at zero, different cases will be considering. What are the different cases will be considering? At zero frequency, and what is the capacitor reactance value? Similarly, at F equal to some finite value, so what is the capacitor reactance? Similarly, at F equal to high frequency, then what is the capacitor reactance value? These three values mainly considering here. So first I'm taken at F equal to zero frequency. Now reactance X equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. I'm substituting F equal to 0. That means capacitor reactance goes to 1 by 0 means infinity. So capacitor reactance is infinity means this capacitor will be open circuit in the shunt connection across the output. Then whatever input will be there, the same input is transferred to the output. So that's why input and output will be same. That meaning is gain equal to 1. Gain means output voltage by input voltage, V0 by Vi. Next one, as the frequency increases, so as the frequency increases, capacitor reactance will be decreases. So the output voltage also will be decreases. At very high frequencies, the capacitor so virtually act as a short circuit. That means frequency increases, so output voltage also will be increases. How will output voltage increase means initially capacitor is not charged. So whenever will be so charging large time, then will be capacitor reactance value going to the whenever the frequency is very high, that means X equal to at very high frequencies almost 1 by very large value, that means almost equal to 0 capacitor reactance. The 0 means capacitor reactance will be 0 means short circuit. Once will be short circuit across the output means output voltage will be 0. So that's why the circuit act as a low pass RC circuit. Here capacitor will be shunt connection. And next one, similarly high pass RC circuit. The high pass RC circuit which transmits only high frequency signals and attenuates or stops the low frequency signals. Again, the circuit will be how it will be high frequency signals will be transmitted, how it will be stops the low frequency signals. Can we explain by using again same concept, capacitor reactance. But here will be capacitors connected series in between input and output. Now capacitor reactance, we know that X equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. Now I'm considering F equal to 0 at 0 frequency. So capacitor reactance going to the 1 by 0 means infinity. So infinity means that will be open circuit. That means input and output no connection, open circuit. That means at low frequency signals, output will be 0. So that's why this is called as blocking capacitor. So whenever the frequency increases, then what will happen? So capacitor reactance will be previously infinity. Now it will be capacitor reactance will be decreases. Then input is transferred to the output. So whenever the frequency increases, then capacitor reactance will be almost will be decreased, going to the 0. Then short circuit, capacitor act as a short circuit. Then entire input is transferred to the output for high frequency signals. Then gain automatically equal to 1, V0 by Vi equal to 1. So that is a low pass and high pass circuits definitions. Now we are moving to the RC low pass circuit or applying sinusoidal input. So for this one, we are not shown the input and output waveforms, but you have shown here will be circuit diagram is the Laplace transform version of the RC circuit, and similarly output waveform here will be drawn. Second waveform is gain versus frequency graph, not output waveform. This is a different one from remaining all inputs, sinusoidal input. So carefully students you have to see. So here will be no input waveform and no output waveform. Why you are not drawing the input and output waveforms? Because sinusoid signal applying to the low pass RC circuit, output waveform also will be sinusoidal waveform. Only changes amplitude and phase shift. So that's why here input and output shape will be same. That's why it's not shown. But here considering here, so voltage gain versus frequency graph. Here will be how to find out the so what is the magnitude and what is the upper cut of frequency of the low pass filter. F2 how to find out. So first you have to find out the voltage gain. So we know that voltage gain equal to output voltage by input voltage in the S domain or Z domain, any domain. And now here will be output voltage across the capacitor. Already I mentioned here 1 by j omega c. J omega is replacing by S 1 by Cs divided by so total impedance, that means R plus 1 by j omega c. J omega is replacing by S here. So simplified. Here somebody doubt will be there current also. Where will be current will be there? So here will be current numerator and denominator both will be cancelled out because this is a series circuit. Currents will be cancelled out. So that directly written is output impedance by total impedance written. Here output impedance means across the capacitor 1 by Cs divided by total impedance means R plus 1 by Cs. So simplified, this equation writing is 1 by 1 plus J into 2 pi f RC. Now this is the complex number. You want to find out the magnitude of the gain, modulus of A equal to 1 by, suppose any of the complex number x plus iy will be there, then magnitude equal to square root of x square plus y square. Similar here, modulus of A equal to 1 by square root of real part square, 1 square plus 2 pi f RC whole square, imaginary part square. This is the magnitude. Now you have to find out the upper cutoff frequency. Now what is the upper cutoff frequency? At this frequency f equal to f2 frequency, the gain equal to 1 by root 2 times or 0.707 times of the maximum value of the gain. So that's why at f equal to f2 and gain equal to modulus of A equal to 1 by 2, you have to substitute and find out the value of f2. This f2 is nothing but upper cutoff frequency. So upper cutoff frequency f2 equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. This is the for low pass RC circuit upper cutoff frequency. So from this diagram observe it. Yeah, what is the value of f1 here? So f1 value is 0. Here will be bandwidth is nothing but simply f2 minus f1, but f1 equal to 0. So that's why bandwidth equal to f2 only. Here f2 upper cutoff frequency is 1 by 2 pi RC. That meaning is low pass filter, ideal low pass filter 0 to up to cutoff frequency f2, signals will be transmitted less attenuation or without attenuation. Above this frequency upper cutoff frequency, attenuation is more. That means you have to stop the input signal is not transmitted to the output. And next one, you have to substituting the gain equation A equal to 1 by 1 plus J into 2 pi f RC. Now from this equation, I'm simplifying this equation. 2 pi RC will be replacing by f2 equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. You have to substituting here, so gain equal to 1 by 1 plus J into f by f2. Then magnitude of this one is again modulus of A equal to 1 by square root of 1 plus imaginary part square f by f2 whole square. Here you have to find out the output and input, how much will be lagging phase angle. Because I already told that sinusoidal input you are applying to the any linear network, output waveform also sinusoidal waveform, only change is magnitude and phase. Here will be magnitude formula will be given here, voltage gain, how to variation with respect to frequency. And similarly phase angle is theta equal to tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. Here imaginary part is f by f2. And somebody doubt will be there here, even the denominator is complex number, but it will be numerator will be there, general formula is x plus iy, then theta equal to tan inverse of y by x. Here that's why minus sign will be there, theta equal to minus of tan inverse of f by f2. But you have mentioned here output leads, that's why minus sign is not shown here, theta equal to tan inverse of f by f2. So next one, this is the first input of the low pass RC circuit, sinusoidal is over. Next one, second one, another important one, step input. So already I defined step input means for t less than 0, step voltage magnitude equal to 0, for t greater than 0, this magnitude equal to V volts. Now the step waveform applying to the linear RC circuit, linear network. So this is a low pass RC circuit. Now applying KVL equation. So Kirchhoff's voltage law applying for the loop, this equation. So input voltage equal to drop across the resistor plus drop across the capacitor. So we know that VA of t equal to input voltage equal to across the resistor is I of t into R, and next one across capacitor 1 by C integral of I of t dt. Now this equation will be differentiating. So we're getting dV by, so dVi of t by dt equal to R into di by dt plus 1 by C I of t. So here will be integration and differentiation will be cancelled out. That's why 1 by C into I of t. Now this equation, differential equation, you have to solve it. This differential equation will be solving either will be time domain or otherwise Laplace transform. We already said in the signals and system, Laplace transform is the easiest one compared to the time domain. So that's why this first order differential equation is solving with respect to the S domain, that means Laplace transform domain. Now dVi of t by dt equal to 0. So while we dVi of t by dt equal to 0, you are applying input voltage, step voltage, constant voltage for t greater than 0. That means positive constant value. So constant value derivative with respect to time dVi of t by dt value is 0. So that's why left hand side equation will be 0. And next right hand side R into di of t by dt. So what is the S domain Laplace transform domain? S into I of s minus I of 0 plus 1 by c. I of t is Laplace I of s. So next after from this one, you have to find out the I of 0 plus. What is the I of 0 plus? That is the initial current. So at t equal to 0 plus, how much will be current passing through the circuit? So for this I of 0 plus 1, I of 0 plus will be calculated. Formula is using this circuit observed here. Input voltage at t equal to 0 plus V volts, 0 plus t equal to small t equal to 0 plus input voltage plus V volts. And similarly, initially I are assuming capacitor voltage V dash. You are assuming. So here will be V dash. So now what is the current flowing through the across the resistor? So V minus V dash by R. So that's why I of 0 plus will be mentioned is V minus V dash by R you are written. So from this equation, I of s equal to I of 0 plus by s plus 1 by RC. After this one, I of 0 plus value will be substitute here. This is the current passing through the RC circuit calculated in the S domain. Then after our requirement is output voltage, how much voltage. So in terms of S domain, then after applying inverse Laplace transform, find out the output voltage V naught of t. So for this one, output voltage is nothing but input voltage minus drop across the resistor. So V naught of S equal to input voltage minus drop across the resistor. Remaining voltage nothing but capacitor voltage, that is nothing but output voltage. So here will be VA of S equal to V by S. How it will comes? Because VA of t equal to V volts for t greater than 0. We know that Laplace transform of 1 equal to 1 by S. Similarly, Laplace transform of V equal to V by S. So minus I of S. I of S value already calculated, V minus V dash by R into S plus 1 by RC into resistance value. Simplified RR will be cancelled out. So V naught of S equation reading is V by S minus of V minus V dash by S plus 1 by RC. Now applying inverse Laplace transform of both sides, what will happen? So V naught of S means inverse Laplace transform V naught of t, and V by S, already I told that Laplace transform V equal to V by S. So here will be V by S inverse Laplace transform V. Similarly, V minus V dash is constant, but 1 by S plus A, we know that e power minus AT into U of t Laplace transform is 1 by S plus A. So here also V minus V dash into e power minus AT. In place of A here, 1 by RC will be there. So now will be step voltage applying to the low pass R circuit. Output voltage equation is V naught of t equal to V volts, V minus of V minus V dash into e power minus t by RC. But important thing here is, what is the V? This V is nothing but capacitor will be maximum how much will be charging input voltage step voltage. That step voltage magnitude equal to V. That means finally capacitor will be charging voltage capital V. Similarly, capacitor initial voltage you are assuming is V dash. So now I am substituting V final minus V initial. Writing output voltage across the capacitor or low power circuit is V naught of t equal to V final minus of V final minus V initial into e power minus t by RC. This is a very important equation for many of the equations. So what are those equations? Now we are substituting V final value. So how much will be capacitor will be charging finally? So V volts. So V final equal to V, and V final also similarly V initial equal to V dash. But here will be condition will be given is, if the capacitor is initially uncharged, that means V dash value equal to initially capacitor voltage 0. That means V initial value I am substituting here will be 0, and V final value is V volts you are substituting. And simplifying, answer reading is, so V naught of t equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. This is the step input applying to the low pass RC circuit. Output waveform is exponential waveform mathematical equation. And now this is a very important equation. So exponential waveform means your written is capital V input voltage step voltage magnitude into brackets 1 minus e power minus of t by RC. And our circuit time constant is RC. Now, but here output waveform I observe it here. So lot of will be time t1 and t2 and tau, rise time tr equal to 2.2. Lot of values will be specified here. What are these values? So here will be important definition will be there. So what is the rise time? So what is the rise time? You already know that. So 10% of output voltage to 90%. How much duration of the time? So that time is nothing but rise time. You have to see here. So when the step signal is applied, rise time is defined as time taken by the output voltage waveform to rise from 10% to 90% of its final value. The duration of time is nothing but rise time. This rise time will be defined from the diagram here, T2 minus T1. So T1 is nothing but output voltage, you have capital V maximum value. Here will be 0.1 V. That means 10% of final value. T1, so at T equal to small t equal to T1, so output voltage is 0.1 V. Similarly, at small t equal to T2, output voltage is 0.9 V. That means 90% of final value. So these two difference is nothing but rise time. So this rise time calculation purpose, you have taken equation is V naught of T equal to, so capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. So this equation of substituting for different values of time and output voltage values. So there are the two values at small t equal to T1. So output voltage will be 0.1 V. So V naught of T equal to mention here 0.1 V, because total voltage capital V maximum will be charging. So and similarly small t equal to T1, you have to substituting the equation. So write that equation, this equation V naught of T equal to, so capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. Here left hand side is 0.1 capital V, and right hand side in place of small t substituting T1. Simplified and find out the value of here T1 value. So how much value are reading here? T1 equal to 0.1 RC. Similarly, you have to find out the T2. So at T equal to T2, observe here output voltage magnitude equal to 0.9 volts, 0.9 V. That means maximum value of the step voltage. So 90% of the maximum value. So now will be at T equal to T2, output voltage value is 9. That means 0.9 volts. Now I am substituting this equation. Left hand side is 0.9 V, and similarly right hand side in place of small t I am substituting T2. Now find out the T2 value. So what is the T2 value you are getting here? 2.3 RC. Now rise time is nothing but simply difference between, so T2 minus T1. So T2 is nothing but time value at 90% of final value. That means capacitor will be charging 90% of final value at that time. So what is the time period value? 2.3 RC. Similarly, T1 is nothing but at 10%. So capacitor will be charging output voltage 10% of maximum value at the time value is you are considering T1. So these two differences will be rise time equal to TR equal to 2.2 RC. Now from this equation, rise time equation, you can say that rise time TR is proportional to RC. What is the RC here? Time constant of the circuit. So here you have to define another one also. So what is the time constant? So time constant is nothing but is defined as a time constant is defined as nothing but time taken by the output to rise from 0 to 63.2% of the amplitude of the input step. You have to see this diagram from 0 to 0.632 into V. That much of time duration, nothing but time constant tau equal to RC. So time constant tau is nothing but 63.2% of the input step voltage or maximum voltage. That is the time constant RC. But rise time is different. That is a 10% to 90%. So both will be difference with that. Time constant is nothing but 0 to 63.2% of the final value, and rise time is 10 to 90%. And next one, here one of the important, another one, relation between the rise time and upper 3 dB frequency. So we know that upper 3 dB frequency F2 is nothing but 1 by 2 pi RC. You already derived. Where you are derived sinusoidal input you are applying, see here. So sinusoidal input you are applying, the F2 value upper 3 dB frequency is 1 by 2 pi RC. Now I am using this equation and substituting the rise time. So rise time here will be TR equal to 2.2 RC. So from this RC equation, you already derived RC equal to 1 by 2 pi F2. So the value I substitute here, the value is rise time TR equal to 0.35 by F2. So this F2 is same as bandwidth, because low pass filter lower cutoff frequency F1 equal to 0. That's why F2 minus F1 equal to same as F2, that equal to bandwidth. So rise time equal to TR equal to 0.35 by bandwidth. So from this equation we can say that rise time is inversely proportional to bandwidth or upper 3 dB frequency. This is important one. Rise time and bandwidth, how it will be related. This is the step input of the low pass circuit also over. So next you are moving to the pulse input. So we know that pulse input is nothing but certain interval 0 to TP interval. So constant magnitude V volts. 0 less than T less than TP. This magnitude called V volts. For T greater than TP, this voltage magnitude equal to 0. Vi of T value is 0. That is a pulse input. Now this pulse input can be written as in terms of step. So why you are written as in terms of step? Already I derived it. For step input waveform, what is the output waveform equation? So V naught of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. You are using this equation. That's why. So pulse input can be written as in terms of step. So how to be written in terms of step here? This is the top one is positive step followed by delayed negative step. Now you have to subtracting these two one. That means the positive step, that is a capital V into U of T minus V into U of T minus TP. Now you are subtracting these two. Your writing answer is pulse waveform. So that pulse waveform 0 to TP interval. Up to T less than TP interval, the pulse waveform is same as step. That's why whatever the output waveform of this step output waveform applying to pulse waveform also here. So that's why whenever we time less than the pulse width TP, the same as that of the step input. So step input applying to the low pass circuit, what is the output waveform? So V naught of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. Now the same equation will be mentioned in the see the diagrams, 3 diagrams output waveform. So why with these 3 diagrams it comes? Generally any output waveform of the linear circuit will be depends on the time constant. So what is the time constant? Already I mentioned time constant nothing but RC. That means RC nothing but whatever the linear network or linear circuit, what are the components you are using? Here components you are using RC. Capacitor will be connected in the shunt and R is connected to series connection between input and output. So for this connection, here will be different time constants. So what are the different time constants will be considered here? So first case is RC is far greater than TP condition. That means capacitor is very large value. So automatically time constant is very large value compared to pulse width. That means you are applying pulse width is very small compared to the time constant. Within this one, capacitor is very large value. That means charge time will be required more time, but you are not providing. You are providing only up to 0 to TP interval. So for this one, already I told that one example in the class. Your mobile will be charging in the 1 hour, but you are putting in the applying the power supply only 30 minutes. That means it will not charging fully to some finite value. It is not reached to final value. So here also observe this one. So first waveform will be 0 to TP interval. That will maximum be charging up to VP, some peak value. Now this exponentially increasing one. That means capacitor charging waveform is exponentially increasing waveform. So 0 to TP interval, already know that pulse waveform is same as step waveform. So step waveform output waveform is V naught of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. So that's why 0 to TP interval in the first diagram, see the output waveform equation also. So V naught of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC equation. Here important one, 3 equations. What are 3 equations? First equation is 0 to TP interval. That means capacitor charging duration 0 to 0 less than small t less than TP duration. Capacitor will be charging 1. So the within the charging 1 equation is V naught of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. This equation you have got in from step input applying to low pass RC. Next one, at small t equal to TP time. So what is the peak value or capacitor will be charging value? Simply whatever the equation 0 to TP interval equation, in place of small t you have to substitute TP. That is at small t equal to TP, peak value equal to simply substituting small t is replacing by TP. That is a peak value at t equal to TP seconds. How much capacitor will be charged? That value equal to output voltage. Then after input is suddenly will be stops at t equal to TP. That means V volts suddenly 0. But capacitor will be cannot be discharged instantaneously. So that's why capacitor will be discharging slowly, finally going to the 0. Now capacitor will be discharging waveform is whatever the peak value into some V volts, V into e power minus T by RC. Here will be already peak value will be there. So that's why output voltage equal to Vp into e power minus of T by RC actual one. But here how much time is completed? So TP time is completed already. That's why our written equation is V naught of T equal to peak value Vp into e power minus of T minus TP by RC. This is a for time constant is very large value. That means capacitor is very large value. So compared to pulse width. Next one, second one, observe it, RC is less than TP. So for this one, how it will be waveform. So at t equal to TP time, finally capacitor will be reaching to maximum value. That means whatever the pulse duration you are applying input to the RC circuit, then capacitor will be charging within the duration. After this one, input is suddenly falling to 0, but output waveform, capacitor will be slowly discharging. And third one is RC is far less than TP. That means capacitor is very small value. So very small value means capacitor will be fastly charging. So once the capacitor will be fastly charging or time constant very small means rise time is very small. So capacitor will be charging very fastly or very quickly. So whenever will be step voltage applying, initially capacitor is uncharged one. Whenever will be t equal to 0 plus input voltage V volts, now capacitor will be charging very fastly. Rise time is very small. And immediately capacitor after certain time, capacitor will be fully charged V volts. At t equal to TP seconds, input will be suddenly falling to 0 volts, but capacitor also will be fastly discharging. And next one, important one is output waveform and input waveform you have to observe here. So input waveform is pulse waveform, output waveform time period will be expanded. That means a distortion version compared to the input. Input and output waveform will be deviation will be there. So observe the pulse waveform, distorted one when it passing to the linear wave shaping circuits. And here important one is the pulse shape will be preserved if 3 dB frequency approximately equal to 1 by TP. So that means upper cutoff frequency of the low pass filter equal to 1 by TP will be done. Then reasonably reproduction of the pulse width. That is the second diagram. This is the pulse input applying to the low pass circuit. What is the responses for different time constants compared to pulse width. Next one, another important one. Somewhat will be typical one also. This is a square waveform. Now square waveform, what is the definition? Then how it will be square waveform applying to the low pass circuit? How it will be changes? What are the responses? Different time constants will be observed. So first one, what is the definition of square waveform? Square waveform is nothing but here considering as a periodic waveform which maintains one constant level V dash. Observe the diagram. At T1 interval, so input voltage value is V dash. And next one T2 interval, so input voltage level is V double dash. After capital T interval, that means T1 plus T2 interval, again same waveform will be repeated. So again V dash in the another T1 interval, after one again V double dash. This is the input waveform. Whatever the DC value, average value is not required. But the important one is here will be, so what is the symmetric or asymmetric square waveform we are applying. So in the diagram is shown here, whenever T1 is not equal to T2, this is called as asymmetrical square waveform. Whenever T1 equal to T2 equal to capital T by 2, that is a symmetrical square waveform. Period capital T is nothing but T1 plus T2. Or otherwise simply square waveform is treated as positive and series of positive and negative steps. Now here any circuit diagram output waveform depends on time constant. So input waveform square waveform applying to the linear circuit, output waveform shape will be depends. Time constant value is greater than capital T or equal to T or less than capital T. You have to capital T is nothing but period of the input square waveform. So now you have to see the important waveforms. So these waveforms will be 4 waveforms will be shown here. So first waveform is input waveform. Yeah, whatever the input waveform you want to apply for the low pass circuit input waveform. So V dash for the T1 interval magnitude and V double dash is for the T2 interval. Capital T is T1 plus T2. And first and second diagram, B diagram, how to see this is the output waveform B, C, D. These are the diagrams for output waveforms for different time constants. So what is the first condition? If RC is, so RC is small condition, and second condition C diagram is RC is far less than RC equal to T, and D diagram is RC is far greater than T condition. So B diagram is RC is far less than T. That means capacity is very small value or time constant is value is very small compared to period of the input square waveform. So capacity is very small value means fastly charging. So rise time also very small. That's why you have to see the B diagram. So whenever input will be like a first positive peak you are applying, capacitor will be fastly charging. After T1, capital T1, so capacitor will be discharging also very fast. This is the condition for RC is far less than T condition. And now C diagram, observe it. So RC is comparable to T. That means RC equal to time constant of the circuit equal to time period of the square waveform. Here will be capacitor will be charging within the positive peak interval. That means 0 to capital T1 interval, capacitor will be charging. This waveform we are assuming is V01 of T. Similarly, from capital T1 to T1 plus T2 interval, output waveform is capacitor will be discharging. That waveform is V02 of T. Similarly, repeating one, second period. Now you have to write down the equations for the C diagram. That means capacitor will be exponentially charging one, V01 of T, output waveform within the interval 0 to capital T1 interval. Similarly, capital T1 to T1 plus T2 interval. What is the V02 of T equation? Want to write down. And similarly, last one, this is the RC is far greater than T. That means time constant of the circuit is very large compared to period of the input square waveform. So what is the meaning of this one? Capacitor is very large value. So capacitor will be very large value means slowly charging. The charging waveform looks like a linear waveform when you are applying finite intervals for the positive peak and negative peak. That's why capacitor charging and discharging looks like a linear waveform. That's why here will be output waveform reading as a triangular waveforms. So one of the good integrator, low pass circuit act as a good integrator means condition required RC is far greater than T. That means RC greater than 15T will be derived in the later. So good integrator. Low pass circuit is also called as integrator. Here square waveform is converted into triangular waveform. Now mathematical equations. So what are the mathematical equations? Already I told that. Third diagram, C diagram. What is the C diagram condition? RC is comparable to T. Time constant of the low pass circuit equal to square waveform time period capital T. So now you have to find out the V01 of T, output waveform within the interval 0 to T1 interval. Similarly, T1 to T2 interval. You want to find out V01 and V02. So first you have to see the V01 of T. That means capacitor charging rising portion. This rising portion, what is the equation? So how to writing this equation? So V01 equal to V final minus V initial. Where I written this equation? You have to see this equation. This is the step voltage applying to the low pass circuit. This is a very important equation. That's why I written step voltage is very important. Here V0 of T equal to V final minus of V final minus V initial into e power minus T by RC. So this equation are applying here for the square wave case. So you have to see here. So V dash. So V dash means V final. So finally, how much will be charging here? Here will be capacitor charging to maximum peak values V dash. Similarly, what is the initial voltage? Initial voltage of the capacitor T equal to 0, V2. So initial voltage is V2 and final charging value is V dash, not V1. Many of the students will be wrong, will be done here V1 simply written because capacitor how much will be charging final input voltage. Input voltage peak value is V dash. That is the final value. So now we are substituting rising portion. So V01 of T equal to V dash minus of V final V dash minus initial voltage V2 into e power minus T by RC. And what is the V2 is nothing but initial voltage across capacitor T equal to 0, and V dash is nothing but this important one, level to which the capacitor can charge. Similarly, falling portion, that means capital T1 to T1 plus T2 interval. So within this interval, capacitor will be discharging. So discharging, what is the initial voltage value? So initial voltage value is V1. And what is the final value here? Capacitor will be discharging to the input voltage. Input voltage, what is the T2 interval? V double dash. So here will be final value means you have to substitute V double dash, initial voltage V1. So that's why falling portion equation is V02 equal to V double dash final value minus of V final minus initial voltage V1 into e power minus of T minus T1. T1 time is already over. You are observing the calculating equation from capital T1 to T1 plus T2 interval. That's why I written falling portion equation e power minus of T minus T1 by RC. Now these equations you have to solve it. So how to solve it? So V01 at T equal to capital T1. You observe here at small t equal to T1 interval. So what is the output voltage value? V01 of T equal to capital V1. Similarly, at small t equal to T1 plus T2, output voltage value equal to V2. Now these values you have to substitute and find out the values of V1 and V2 in terms of V dash and V double dash. Now you want to find out solving the V1 and V2, either V1 or V2. Here will be two equations. So these two equations you are solving, you are getting V1 or V2. The rest of these are the square waveform applying to the low pass RC circuit. Now important condition is whenever T1 equal to T2 equal to capital T by 2, capital T by 2 condition, and V dash equal to minus V double dash. You have to see, observe here waveform, symmetrical square waveform will be constrained. So positive peak magnitude equal to negative peak. So V dash equal to minus V double dash. Similarly, T1 equal to T2 equal to capital T by 2. So for this equation, you have to substituting and find out the V1 value. So what is the V1 value? From this one, V1 means at small t equal to capital T1, that equal to T by 2, output voltage value. Similarly, V2 is nothing but at small t equal to T1 plus T2 condition, what is the output voltage? V1 and V2 values will be calculated. So here V1 equal to V by 2 into tan hx, where x equal to T by 4 RC. Similarly, V2 equal to minus V1, not simplified. This is a square wave input applying to low pass circuit. What is the response? So next, another input applying to the low pass circuit is ramp waveform. So what is a ramp waveform equation? So VA of t equal to alpha t. So now this waveform applying to the low pass RC circuit. So VA of t equal to alpha t, here alpha is nothing but slope of the ramp. Now applying the Laplace transform, VA of t equal to, so we know that Laplace of 1 equal to 1 by s, Laplace of t equal to 1 by s square. So VA of s equal to alpha by s square. Now find out the output voltage or gain you can calculate. So V naught of s equal to VA of s into output impedance. Output impedance means across capacitor. So across capacitor reactance formula is 1 by j omega c. That means 1 by sc. S equal to j omega. So 1 by cs divided by total impedance. What is the total impedance here? R plus 1 by j omega c. J omega replacing by s. So R plus 1 by cs. And input one is V of t Laplace V by alpha by s square. So simplified, reading equation is alpha by RC into 1 by s square into s plus 1 by RC. Now using the partial fractions, this can be written as alpha by RC into A by s plus B by s square plus C by s plus 1 by RC. Now find out the A, B, C values. A equal to minus RC whole square and B equal to RC and C equal to RC whole square. Now simplified. So V naught of S equal to minus alpha RC into 1 by S plus alpha into 1 by S square plus alpha RC into 1 by S plus 1 by RC. Now applying inverse Laplace transform, because this S domain will be there. Now to converting time domain. So V naught of t equal to, so 1 minus alpha RC into 1 by S. You know that 1 by S inverse Laplace is 1. So Laplace 1 equal to 1 by S. So that's why minus alpha RC in the first term. Second term, Laplace of t equal to 1 by S square. That's why second term in inverse Laplace is alpha t. And similarly, third term, we know that e power minus CAT into u of t Laplace is 1 by S plus A. Here will be 1 by S plus 1 by RC. So that's why third term is alpha RC into e power minus t by RC. Now simplified. So V naught of t equal to alpha into t minus RC. First two terms you are taking common alpha plus alpha RC into e power minus t by RC. Here will be two conditions to be considering. This is the actual output waveform equation for the ramp input applying to the low pass RC circuit. But here condition is here RC nothing but time constant is very small compared to the ramp waveform duration. Here will be t, capital T is nothing but is not period. So ramp waveform are applying how much duration of the time, that is capital T. Now comparing time constant RC and capital T. So now comparison. So RC is very small level. That means e power minus t by RC. RC is very small. That means e power minus large value. So e power minus large value means 1 by e power large, 1 by infinity. So 1 by infinity means that will going to 0. That means third term going to 0 whenever RC is less than, far less than t. So that's why third term will be neglected. Finally, our writing answer is output voltage equal to alpha into T minus RC whenever RC is far less than T condition. That means input is alpha T and output is V naught of T equal alpha and T minus RC. Now, what is the difference between these two? You have to see the diagram. This is the first case diagram. So Vi equal to alpha T and output waveform is alpha into T minus RC. So difference is only one time constant only, one time constant. So starting one, initial one, some deviation will be there. Later on, we both are parallel. So only no deviation. So whenever the time constant is very small compared to T, capital T, ramp duration of the time. So minimum distortion comes. Second case, what is the second case will be there? So this equation V naught of T equal to alpha into T minus RC plus alpha RC into e power minus T by RC. Previously, RC is very small, small t and e power minus T by RC will be reducing to 0. But here will be RC is far greater than T condition, second condition. So for this condition, this e power minus T by RC have to expand it. So we know that e power minus x expansion. So e power minus x expansion is 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial, so on. You have to expand it, simplify it. The writing answer is V naught of T alpha by RC into T square by 2. This is a very, very important equation. Here condition is RC is far greater than T. Here RC is time constant of the circuit and capital T is nothing but ramp, how much duration of time you are applied for the low pass RC circuit. So these are the two output equations. One equation is V naught of T equal alpha into T minus RC for RC is far less than T condition. Second condition is RC is far greater than T condition. Output voltage equation is alpha by RC into T square by 2. So these two corresponding graphs is, so these two are the graphs. So first graph is RC is far less than capital T condition. Second condition is RC is far greater than T condition. So these two conditions will be different. So second condition you are using as an integrator. RC is far greater than T condition. And next one more thing will be mentioned here. So what is the transmission error? So generally transmission error is nothing but input applying to the any of the circuit. So output how much you are getting. So difference between input and output. So divide by input at T equal to capital T. That means final value of time. Simply difference between input and output divided by input. Simplifying at T equal to small t equal to capital T time. That equal to RC by capital T. So we know that F2 equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. That is the upper cutoff frequency already derived in the sinusoidal input. So from this one, RC is replacing by 1 by 2 pi F2. So transmission error equal to ET equal to, so for the ramp waveform 1 by 2 pi F2 into T, or otherwise simply RC by capital T. So next one, last input, low pass RC circuit, exponential input. Now exponential input applying to the low pass RC circuit. Now what is the output waveforms? So what is the KVL equation for the low pass RC circuit? This is a low pass RC circuit. Now what is the KVL equation here? So Vi of T equal to I of T into R plus 1 by C integral of I of T dt, or otherwise voltage across capacitor nothing but output voltage V naught of T. So you have to write down the KVL equation is nothing but input voltage equal to drop across the resistor plus drop across the capacitor, or otherwise output voltage. Now you are writing the output voltage equation. You have to see here KVL equation. So Vi of T input voltage equal to drop across the resistor plus drop across the capacitor, that equal to output voltage. And next one now will be what is the I of T value in terms of capacitor. Why I written this one? So for a low pass RC circuit, already a step input applying, output exponential waveform you are getting. That exponential waveform equation is capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC you are getting. But you are applying here exponential waveform. This waveform generated by some other circuit. That other circuit time constant is tau. So that's why exponential waveform you are applying to the input to the low pass RC circuit. So input waveform time constant is tau, and then after that circuit time constant is RC. Now this exponential waveform applying to the low pass RC circuit. So many of the students will written is wrong is in exponential input waveform you are taken is Vi of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus T by RC. Don't write this one because Vi of T equal to capital V into 1 minus e power T by tau. That is the left hand side you are substituting. So next one, how it will be written I of t equal to C into dV naught of by dt. So we know that voltage across the capacitor formula is, so V naught of t equal to, so 1 by C, or here you have to see here. So what is the voltage across the capacitor? V naught of t. So V naught of t equal to 1 by C integral of I of t dt. Now this equation you have to differentiate it. Then I of t equal to C into dV naught by dt will comes. So that's why here voltage across capacitor written is, so I of t equal to C into dV naught by dt are written. So V naught of t equal to 1 by C integral of I of t dt equation. Now to differentiate, you are getting I of t equation. Then after, so substituting the input voltage V of t equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus t by tau, and this equation applying Laplace transform, easiest one. So Laplace transform here will be V into 1, that means Laplace transform V equal to V by S. Similarly, e power minus at into u of t. What is the Laplace transform e power minus at into u of t? 1 by s plus a. So here will be V by s plus 1 by tau. Similarly, right hand side RC into, so dV naught by dt Laplace transform is s into V naught of s minus V naught of 0 plus. But initial voltage, output voltage, you have to neglecting. Why? Because initially capacitor is not charged. So that's why initial voltage across t equal to 0 plus capacitor voltage 0. That's why I written dV naught by dt Laplace transform is s into V naught of s minus V naught of 0 plus value 0 plus V naught of s. Now simplifying from this equation, find out the V naught of s equation. So V naught of equation. After V naught of s equation, applying inverse Laplace transform. So V naught of t equation, you are writing this one. Here some of the assumptions also will be there. So RC by tau, and what is the t by tau? So t by tau equal to x you are assuming, and RC by tau equal to tau you are considering. N value, n equal to RC by tau. So likewise, these are the two assumptions, and simplifying this equation. Observe this one equation, V naught of t equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus x by 1 minus n plus n by 1 minus n e power minus x by n. Here n is not equal to 1. Suppose I am substituting n equal to 1, here this equation going to infinity. So for n equal to 1, this equation is different. Exponential waveform V naught of t equal to 1 minus of 1 plus x e power minus x expansion. This is the exponential input applying to the low pass RC circuit. Similarly, cascade connection. Suppose you are considering input waveform time constant is TR1 and circuit time constant R circuit is TR2. Now what is the output waveform time constant? That formula is output waveform time constant TR equal to 1.05. So times of square root of TR1 square plus TR2 square. TR1 is nothing but input waveform rise time, and TR2 is nothing but circuit rise time. That is the 2.2 RC. So this is square root will be there. Likewise, cascading any of the circuits, multiple circuits connecting TR1 square, TR2 square, TR so on continuation. So this is the completion of low pass RC circuit for 6 inputs. And next, another important one is how can say that, so low pass. So how we can say that low pass RC circuit will act as a integrated. So here important one is, as the time constant R circuit is very large, the capacitor will be charging very slowly. That means almost all the input appears across the resistor only. That means capacitor will be charging very slowly. Initially, total input voltage appears across the resistor only. So at that time, so capacitor virtually act as a short circuit. Then I of t equal to Vi of t input voltage by resistance. Now I am substituting output voltage across capacitor formula is 1 by C integral of I of t dt. So I of t value equal to Vi of t by R, you have to substitute. So finally reading V naught of t equal to 1 by RC integral of Vi of t dt. So from this equation we can say that output voltage is proportional to integral of input voltage. And similarly, that means integration function, integration of the input voltage. Similarly, Vi of t equal to, example I have taken ramp waveform alpha t, then V naught of t equal to alpha t square by 2RC. So that's why RC circuit you are applying integrated. So that means square waveform is converting to triangular waveform. You already have seen square waveform applying to the, so low pass circuit for large time constant. What is the large time constant? You have to see the last diagram. See the last diagram. So here RC is far greater than T. That means time constant is very large, capacity is very large, slowly charging. So output waveform is slowly charging, that will be looks like a linear one. That means square waveform is converted into triangular waveform for a integrator condition. RC is far greater than T condition. So next one, so low pass filter, how you can say that good integrator. So good integrator, what is the condition? Here will be RC greater than 15T. It's a very, very important condition. For this condition, RC equal to 15T condition, phase angle between input and output difference is 89.4 degrees. You are increasing RC far greater than 15T, then it will be almost close to 90 degrees. This is the condition for good integration. Here RC is far greater than 15T. Then low pass RC circuit act as a good integrator. And generally are using any applications, so integrator compared to the differentiator. Differentiator means high pass RC circuit. Why you are considering low pass RC circuit compared to high pass? These are the 4 points already I discussed in the class. So it is easier to stabilize the integrator than differentiator, because so gain equal to gain of the frequency increase, gain will be decreased in the low pass, whereas in the gain in the differentiator will be increase, frequency increase. Stabilization in the low pass is high and bandwidth also low. Second point is integrator is less sensitive to noise voltage than differentiator because its bandwidth is low. Similarly, amplifier of the differentiator may be overload. Input will be fluctuated, then you are using differentiator is overloaded, high pass filter, but low pass filter is not happen. And more convenient to initial condition or substitute in the integrator is one compared to high pass. Then we are moving to the high pass RC circuit. This is the high pass circuit. What is the major difference between low pass and high pass here? So previous one, low pass circuit, in the series connection, so resistor will be there. Across the shunt connection, capacitor will be there. Now will be reverse. So capacitor will be connected in the series connection in between input and output across the resistor. Now how can say that this high pass RC circuit? It will be allowing or transmitting only high frequency signals. What about the low frequency signals? You have to stop. How you can say that low frequency signals can be stopped? Because again it will be same formula, capacitor reactance formula X equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. So 1 by 2 pi FC, whenever frequency equal to 0, so frequency equal to 0 means capacitor reactance will be infinity. So capacitor reactance infinity means capacitor act as a open circuit. So open circuit means input is not transferred to the output, so output will be 0. That means low frequency signals cannot be transmitted to the output. So whenever the frequency increases, capacitor reactance will be decreased. Whenever the large value of frequency will be considered, capacitor reactance almost going to the 0, act as a short circuit. Then input is transferred to the output. So that's why the circuit act as a high pass RC circuit. It will allowing only high frequency signals, and low frequency signals will be attenuates. So whenever high frequency signals, gain equal to unity. That means output voltage input will be same. Now you are applying sinusoidal input. What is the sinusoidal input? Again it will be Laplace transform version. Already I told that sinusoidal input. So what is the special case of the sinusoidal waveform? Input waveform and output waveform shape will be same whenever you are applying linear circuit. So that's why we are not mentioned input and output waveform. Here will be requirement is frequency response graph. So frequency response graph and Laplace transform version of the low pass RC circuit shown in figure. Again you are calculating gain similar to the low pass circuit. Gain formula is so output voltage by input voltage. Here output voltage across the resistor. So here impedance is R by R plus total impedance. That means R plus 1 by CS. Simplifying, you are getting S equal to j omega. To simplifying answer, you are getting gain equal to 1 by 1 minus j into 1 by 2 pi f Rs. Then you have to find out the magnitude. Already I told that complex number magnitude x plus iy square root of x square plus y square. Similar way, modulus of a equal to this formula you are using. Similarly, phase angle, input and output, how much phase angle bleeding? That will be tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. Here important one is low pass filter calculating upper cutoff frequency and lower cutoff frequency value is 0. But in the high pass RC circuit, so lower cutoff frequency value will be find out and upper cutoff frequency value is infinity. It's very, very important. Here calculating, that means at what frequency signal, at what frequency, suppose let us example f1 equal 10 kilohertz. So from 10 kilohertz to higher frequency signals will be transmitted without attenuation. So below 10 kilohertz cutoff frequency signal, so input will be whatever the input signals frequency up to 10 kilohertz will be attenuate or stops the low frequency signals. Now at the f equal to f1, that means gain equal to 1 by root 2 times of the maximum value. So find out simplifying f1 equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. So after this one of the another important one, tilt and frequency f1. So here tilt is nothing but 10% of change in the capacitor voltage. The tilt equal percentage of tilt equal formula is the calculating fractional tilt equal to pulse width by RC. That is 10%. So fractional tilt equal to pulse width by RC. That is 2 pi f1 into pulse width. And next one, another one. So response of the high pass circuit by step input. This is the step input applying to the high pass circuit. What are the responses for different time constants? What are the different time constants? So RC is large, RC is small, and RC is very small conditions. So for these conditions, I am taking initially explaining step voltage can be treated as constant voltage for t greater than 0. So now initially capacitor is not taken. So at t equal to 0, capacitor does not allow this sudden change. So output voltage will be across capacitor will be 0. Then initially at t equal to 0 minus, so output voltage also will be 0. But whenever will be t equal to 0 plus, capacitor will be charging slowly, then output voltage will be decays. Initially output voltage equal to input voltage V volts. Whenever small t value increases, time value increases, capacitor will be charging slowly. That means output voltage drop across the resistor will be decreases. So output waveforms you are observing here, exponentially decaying one. There are the three conditions. Again, these three conditions, what is the exponentially falling waveform equation? So here, what is the final value? So final value is 0, and starting value is initial voltage V volts. That's why, so V naught of t equal to V final minus of V final minus V initial into e power minus t by RC. Here final value will be 0. Simplified, V naught of t equal to V into e power minus t by RC. So likewise, these three conditions step input. Similarly, pulse input. So pulse input applying to the high pass circuit, what are the conditions? So up to t equal to TP condition, the pulse waveform is same as step. So again, here will be three different conditions. What are three different conditions? Time constant of the circuit is very far compared to the pulse width. That means capacity is very large value. So very large value means capacity is slowly charging. So automatically output voltage across the resistor is slowly will be discharging. That will looks like a linear one. That's why first condition you have to see output voltage will be linearly falling up to t equal to TP. At t equal to capital small TP duration, so input voltage suddenly falling by V volts. So automatically capacitor voltage or output voltage across the resistor also will be fallen by V volts. Why? Because capacitor cannot be changed instantaneously. That's why voltage drop across the resistor or output voltage suddenly falling by V volts. So at t equal to TP, output voltage I am assuming is Vp. Now this voltage will be subtracting minus V volts because input voltage fallen by V volts. So here Vp minus V into e power minus of t by RC. Here already TP time is over. That's why e power minus of t minus t by RC. This is the RC far greater than TP condition. RC is comparable to TP condition. RC is far less than TP condition. This is a very, very important condition. RC is far less than TP. That means capacity is very small value. Time constant very small. That means capacity will be fastly charging. So automatically voltage drop across the resistor also will be fastly be discharging. So output voltage across the resistor will be fastly discharging. Similarly, at t equal to TP, input voltage suddenly falling by V volts. So output voltage also falling by V volts. That means minus V again will be capacitor charging. So now these are the three pulse input applying to the high pass circuit. Another one, so square waveform. Square waveform again will be, so four waveforms I'm considering here. So what are the four waveforms? So first waveform is input waveform, and next one B diagram is RC is far greater than T condition, and next third diagram is, so RC is less than T or RC is comparable to T, and last one is RC is far less than T condition. Likewise there will be different conditions. First one is input waveform, second one is RC far greater than T condition, and next one is RC is comparable to T condition, and RC is far less than T condition. These three conditions, what is the output waveforms? B, C, D. These are the output waveforms. So here the output waveforms will be calculated by the C diagram. The C diagram you are observing 0 to TP interval. So this waveform will be decaying waveform. Capacitor will be discharging. Capacitor will be charging. That means voltage drop across the resistor will be decreasing linearly. This RC is far greater than T condition. Looks like a linear one. That is a V into starting voltage value is V1. So V1 into e power minus T by RC up to capital T1. After capital T1, input is suddenly falling by V volts. That's why at T equal to capital T1, output voltage V1 dash will be subtracted by V volts. That value you are assuming is V2. Then after capital T1 to T1 plus T2 interval, now capacitor will be, this is the charging duration, this capacitor will be discharging. Capacitor will be discharging means output voltage across the resistor will be increases. So this increasing one rising portion is V2 into e power minus of T minus T1 by RC. So likewise continuation. Similar last condition is RC is far less than condition. This is the peaking circuit or spikes will be generated. And now simplifying, here important one is percentage of tilt calculation. So percentage of tilt calculation formula is using V1 minus V1 dash. You observe in the 0 to capital T1 interval, output waveform is starting at V1 voltage and at T equal to capital T1 or T by 2 interval V1 dash. So V1 minus V1 dash by V by 2. That means peak value, total peak to peak value is V volts. You are considering only half of the peak magnitude only. That's why written V by 2 into 100%. So and symmetrical square waveform we are assuming. So T1 equal to T2 equal to T by 2 and V1 dash equal to minus V2 dash. Likewise conditions they are assuming. Substitute. Final answer percentage of tilt you are writing is 1 minus e power minus T by 2 RC by 1 plus e power minus T by 2 RC into 200%. So likewise calculating percentage of tilt for high pass RC circuit. So expression you are writing is, here I will be simplifying e power minus T by RC expansion. So e power minus T by RC expansion, already we know that whenever x is for modulus of x less than 1 condition, e power minus expansion is 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial, so on. Likewise expansion and simplified, your writing answer is percentage of tilt equal to T by 2 RC into 100%. That equal to pi f1 by f. F1 is nothing but lower cutoff frequency of the high pass circuit. So simplifying, so P equal to, that means percentage of tilt equal to pi f1 by f into 100%. F1 is nothing but lower cutoff frequency of the high pass circuit. And next input, so now ramp input. So we know that ramp input is Vi of t is represented as alpha t. So that alpha t applying Laplace transform alpha by s square. Now output voltage or gain. So output voltage is nothing but V naught of s, or gain is nothing but V naught of s by Vi of s. So calculating V naught of s equal to Vi of s into, so whatever the impedance, output impedance by total impedance. Here output impedance means across the resistor. So R by R plus 1 by Cs. So Vi of s equal to alpha by s square, you have to substitute. That is RC by simplified. So your writing answer is alpha by s into s plus 1 by RC. This is a partial fraction expansion. So a by s plus b by 1 plus 1 by b by s plus 1 by RC. And a and b values calculate, a equal to 1 and b equal to minus 1. Simplified. So writing V naught of s equal to alpha RC into 1 by s minus 1 by s plus 1 by RC. We know that Laplace is 1 equal to 1 by s. Similarly, e power minus at into u of t Laplace is 1 by s plus a. So according to these equations, you have to find out the inverse Laplace transform. So V naught of t equal to alpha RC into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. And next one, here will be again will be two conditions. So what are the conditions here? T is very small compared to RC. That means RC is very large value. So RC is far greater than T condition. The first diagram you have to see. So RC is very large value compared to T diagram. You have to expand this one, e power minus t by RC, e power minus expansion, 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial. Likewise, you have to expand. Simplified answer getting is V naught of t called alpha t into 1 minus t by 2 RC. Here deviation is very small, input and output deviation when our condition is RC far greater than T condition. Similarly, RC is far less than T condition. This is the second diagram. So second diagram equation. And next one, here also will be calculating what is the transmission error. So transmission error is nothing but already I told that input minus output by input at T equal to capital T. Simplified. That answer is capital T by 2 RC. That is pi f1 T. And last one, exponential input applying to the high pass RC circuit. So we know that exponential input formula is V of t equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. This is a exponential waveform generated by some other circuit. That circuit time constant is tau. Now this waveform is input to the high pass RC circuit. Now output waveform is nothing but voltage across the resistor. Now voltage across the resistor is nothing but input voltage minus drop across the capacitor. So drop across the capacitor waveform already defined for the low pass circuit. That formula is V naught of t equal to capital V into 1 minus e power minus x by 1 minus n plus n by 1 minus n e power minus x. This equation will be derived in the low pass RC circuit. Exponential input you are applying. Now that is a voltage across the capacitor. Now input voltage minus drop across the capacitor equal to drop across the resistor. That is nothing but output voltage. Simplified, that is a exponential input applying to the high pass RC circuit. For n is not equal to 1, n equal to 1 conditions. And next one, high pass circuit as a differentiator. So here will be previous one, low pass circuit is RC is far greater than T. Here you are considering RC is far less than T will be considered. T is nothing but a period of the input square waveform or time period of the input waveform comparison. Here important one, high pass circuit, time constant is so very small compared to time period of the input waveform. In that condition, so current across the capacitor I equal V of t equal to C into du by dt. So voltage across the capacitor resistor equal to V naught of t equal to I of t into R, I of t equal to C into du by t by dt. So here important one, high pass RC circuit act as a differentiator provided that RC time constant is very small. This is a very important one. Previous one, low pass circuit, RC far greater than T. For high pass RC circuit, RC is far less than T. So this will act as a differentiator. Observe this equation, V naught of t equal to RC into dVi of t by dt. So output voltage derivative of the input voltage. Then after good differentiation, high pass will act as a good differentiation. What is the condition? So omega RC is far less than 0 condition. And double differentiation, that means two high pass circuit in between you are connecting as an amplifier circuit. This is how it will be double differentiation. And another topic is attenuators. Just 5 minutes I will be finished this one. So attenuator is nothing but simply amplitude strength you have to reduce. Simple resistor network are taken here. So what is the output voltage across this one? Two resistors will be R1 and R2. Here output voltage V naught of t equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into input voltage. Suppose I want input voltage is 10 volts, output voltage I want will be 5 volts. R1 equal to R2. Then you are getting output is 5 volts. Now here output voltage is independent of frequency. Whenever this attenuator circuit is connected to either CRO or any amplifier, then this amplifier stray capacitance will be connected across the resistor R2 shunt connection. So because of this stray capacitance, now output voltage will be depending on frequency because capacitor reactance will be depends on frequency. Capacitor reactance 1 by j omega c. So that's why output voltage is depending on frequency. So you have to nullify this effect of capacitor C2. You are adding one more capacitor C1 across the resistor R1. So to compensate the effect of C2. So when will be compensating of this C2 effect? So condition is R1 C1 equal to R2 C2 condition. The circuit is perfectly compensated. That means whatever the effect of capacitor C2 stray capacitance is nullified. And here will be three conditions, perfect compensation. So R1 C1 equal to R2 C2 condition. So what is V naught of 0 plus? So V naught of 0 plus means initial voltage at t equal to 0. And V naught of 0 means at t equal to infinity, what is the output voltage values? So V naught of 0 plus is nothing but so Vi into C1 by C1 plus C2. This is the equation already I mentioned here. Definitions, V naught of 0 plus equal to Vi into C1 by C1 plus C2. V naught of t equal to steady state value input voltage into R2 by R1 plus R2. So there are the three conditions, overcompensation and undercompensation conditions, and applications also. And RL circuits, so previously are using RC circuit act as a low pass and high pass RC circuits. That means low pass circuit act as a integrator, high pass circuit act as a differentiator. Same operation can be implemented by using RL circuits also. But previous one RC circuit time constant is RC, but here RL circuits time constant is L by R dash or L by R. This is the time constant RL circuit is L by R. So previous one time constant R circuit is RC. Difference between these two. So previous one capacitor and resistor you have to interchange here. Previous one low pass R circuit means first will be resistor, shunt connection is capacitor. Now will be reverse. So this will be allowing only low frequencies. How we can say that this will be allowing only low frequencies? So for low frequencies, reactance of the capacitor is small. Capacitor reactance, inductor reactance is j omega L. So sir, just 2 minutes, I will conclude. Unit finished, I see.
Yeah, Dr. Yeah,
Ah, okay, 2 minutes.
Dr. Saida, yeah,
Complete.
please, because students have to attend again at session at 2 o'clock. So students, 2
Okay.
o'clock you have session by Dr. Faruqi. So ensure that all the section students are attending without fail. We are monitoring the attendance sheets. We are sharing it through the CR, and don't again say that we are not aware of all these things. Okay, right? Please continue. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So at low frequencies, reactance of the inductor. So j omega L, that means very small value. That means input is transferred to the output at low frequency. Whenever it will be high frequencies, j omega L is large value, inductor reactance value. That means total input voltage drop across the inductor. So output voltage will be almost will be 0 or very low for high frequencies. That's why this circuit acts as a low pass RL circuit. Similarly, high pass RL circuit. Similarly, interchange resistor inductor. So this will be allowing only high frequencies and low frequency will be stopped. And last one, this is a peaking circuit. How it will be? So this step waveform is converting to the spikes. This is one of the important one. You have to go through this one. And last topic is RLC series and parallel circuit and ring circuit. So RLC series circuit, and what is the output waveform? I of t, current waveforms and voltage waveforms. You have to see. There are the three conditions. So how to getting these three conditions? Simply you are writing the KVL equation. You already studied the network theory or network analysis subject. VA of t equal to I of t into R plus L into d by dt plus 1 by C integral of I of t dt. So this equation applying simply Laplace transform. Similarly, output voltage across capacitor is I of S into 1 by Cs. So simplify and find out the gain or transfer function. So in the denominator equation is called as characteristic equation. This characteristic equation is second order equation. This will be solving adding two roots. So in the square of R by 12 whole square 1 by LC, this root term will be positive value. So positive value means both roots are real and different. Similarly, equal to 0, both roots are equal. Similarly, less than 0 and negative value, root value is negative, complex conjugate values. And the term root L by C is called as characteristic impedance of circuit. This is a RLC series circuit. Simply are written KVL equation of the circuit, loop equation, then output voltage equation. Now simply transfer function V naught of S by VI of S or gain. So in the denominator, second order equation in the S domain. This equation equating to 0, find out the roots. Within the roots, here will be square root of R by 12 whole square minus 1 by LC. This equation, there are positive value equal to 0 and less than 0, negative value. These three conditions you have to explain. So these three conditions are writing three conditions: perfectly compensated or overcompensated or critically damped case. These three conditions, what is the voltage and current waveforms. Similarly, RLC parallel circuit, you have see, observe this one. RLC parallel circuit. Here will be voltage source in series with resistance will be replacing by current source in series in parallel with resistance by using Norton's theorem. So this circuit is also called as will be ringing circuit. So ringing circuit means don't write the theory part. This circuit diagram is important. RLC parallel circuit. So here also write down the transfer function. So transfer function for the first diagram. This diagram you write down the transfer function V naught of S by VI of S. Here V naught of S by VI of S means output impedance. So output impedance means L and C will be parallel combination. That is a Z2. Z1 is nothing but raised to R1 R. So Z2 by Z1 plus Z2. So Z2 is nothing but parallel combination of inductor and capacitor. Z1 is nothing but R. Simplified. So find out the V naught of S by VI of S. Again find out the characteristic equation and equating to 0. Find out the root term. This root term will be greater than 0 or equal to 0 or less than 0. These three conditions, critically damped or over damped or under damped conditions. And next one, ring circuit. This important one, a circuit which can provide nearly undamped oscillation. This circuit is called as ringing circuit. So here important formula is Q equal to pi n. This is important. Number of quality factor equal to pi into number of cycles. So how many number of cycles? Suppose Q equal to 12. So pi value equal to 3.14. That means Q by number of cycles you have to calculating. N equal to Q by pi. So pi value is 3.14, approximately 4 cycles. This one example. So ringing circuit is nothing but nearly provide undamped oscillations. So this is the completion of theory part of the first unit, and problems also you have to see the Anand Kumar textbook. Here will be given some of the old question paper questions also. So thank you students for patiently listening for more than 1.5 hours. So thank you. And remaining second unit and third unit, whenever will be time will be available, I'll talk to another time. And always will be free to ask for any doubts will be there regarding first unit or second unit or third unit or anyone. So my phone number already I given. So my phone number already given. So anybody, any doubt will be there, you have to contact me. Okay. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you. Bye. Recording is also recording. Stop.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hello.
సార్ చెప్పండి. రికార్డింగ్ అయ్యింది సార్.
రికార్డింగ్ అయిందా మేడం? మరి ఇది ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అయింది మేడం? ఇది ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అయింది ఇది?
అది తెలియదు సార్. రికార్డ్ అవుతున్నట్టు మాత్రం చూపించింది సార్ ఇప్పటి వరకు.
రికార్డ్ నేను చేశాను. సర్లేండి, అది ఎక్కడ అయింది అనేది చూద్దాము. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. బై మేడం.
సార్ దాదాపు ఒక 30 మినిట్స్ నుంచి మీ వీడియో కనిపించడం లేదు, మీ ఫేస్.
వీడియో కనిపించట్లేదు, నెట్ తక్కువ ఉంది అందుకని వీడియో కనిపించట్లేదు.
ఓకే, అది ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు కదా సార్. అదే దాదాపు ఒక 30 మినిట్స్ పైన కనిపించడం లేదు.
వీడియో కనపడకపోయినా ప్రాబ్లం లేదు మేడం, ఎందుకంటే మనకు కావాల్సింది ఓన్లీ స్లైడ్స్. ప్రాబ్లం లేదు మేడం.
బాగానే కనిపిస్తున్నాయి.
ఓకే మేడం, ఇది అటు సిఆర్స్ నేను ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే మేడం. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే మేడం. బాయ్. హలో
సార్ చెప్పండి.
మేడం మీరు కాదు, స్టూడెంట్స్ ఏమన్నా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే తర్వాత కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వమని చూద్దామని.
చెప్పండి సార్. కొంతమంది.
ఓకే, నేను చెప్తాను మేడం, సిఆర్ ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తాను. నేను డౌట్స్ ఉంటే నాకు కాల్ చేయమని చెప్తాను, లేదంటే ఇంకో రోజు క్లాస్.
ఓకే సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఎన్ఎల్బి ఎగ్జామ్స్ కండక్టింగ్ సార్, మనం ఏం చెప్తాం.